Hi, everyone. Welcome to week 3 of Stress Management Online. This week, you'll be doing several different things, but the actual assignments are a little bit shorter because I know most of you attended the Stress and Resilience lecture, and if you did, it was nice to kind of see you. If you are, just a little sidelight, if you are on campus and you see me and you're in my online class, introduce yourself to me, because I think that's the hardest thing about this class is not being able to actually see you and engage with you face to face, which is different than the section that I have face to face. Okay, so a couple just kind of introductory notes about what your assignments are all about this week. First, what I would like you to do is I would like you to submit just a few paragraphs reflection on the Stress and Resilience lecture, just about what your takeaways were. Now, please remember that we did have a sign-in sheet, so you will get the main points for having making sure that you get credit by having your name on that sign-in sheet. If you were not able to attend the lecture, as I've said, there's an alternative assignment. What that alternative assignment is going to be is that you will watch a video of the lecture, the daytime lecture, and then again, just submit a few paragraphs on that. That is not available. Media Vision was there during the day and recorded the event. That is not available yet, so I will make it available as soon as it becomes available to me. So if you were not at the lecture, don't worry about getting those few paragraphs in. Again, I have the names of the people that did, so the people that were there, I will expect your summary paragraphs with this week's reflections. If you were not there, as soon as the video is available, I will make it available, and then you'll watch it and then kind of resubmit under the link. So you're good, don't worry about it. Please, please, please don't stress about it. If you were a person that was not able to make it, you will have that assignment. That is coming. We just don't have the video available yet. It's still in the process at Media Vision. Okay, so that's the very first assignment that you're going to do, is submit that. And again, if you weren't there, we're just going to wait and you're going to submit it later, but don't stress about it. The second thing that you're going to do is you're going to watch a video of somebody named Emmanuel Kelly and talk about overcoming life's odds. This is a young man who was, against all odds, made it in a way in life that most of us could never imagine. Born in Iraq, disabled, differently abled, having some disabilities, pretty severe disabilities through his arms and legs, found at one point in a box in Iraq, adopted by a foster parent. I don't know if you've seen his story. His story has gone viral on, what's it called, Facebook, and was on the X Factor. If you've seen him on the X Factor, just stole the show, now has become kind of a pretty iconic star, is just finishing his first album about his life. They're making a Broadway musical about his life, and is really now an advocate for differently abled people. I'm showing you the video for two reasons, and again, it's only a short 10-minute, maybe 8-minute video. I'm showing it for two reasons. Number one is an absolutely inspirational story about making it through the stresses of life in a way that not only shows it's possible to survive, but absolutely thrive, even in the face of unbelievable difficulties. Number one, that's the main reason I'm showing it. Number two is that he is, if you were at the video, or if you were at the lecture, especially at the evening lecture, he was actually there. A lot of people, they didn't bring him up on stage, so a lot of people didn't even know that he was there, but he was there. He's also a big, very, very well-connected and a big advocate of the Love Button movement. So if you were at the lecture, Dr. Habib Sadeki and his wife, Dr. Sherry Sammy, are the founders of the Love Button movement, and they have some very close relationships with some very big celebrities. probably the biggest being Chris Martin of Coldplay, but also many, 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 many others. And one of them has become now Emmanuel Kelly. So he was actually at the event on Tuesday night. So if you did see a kind of a little guy with some severe disabilities in his arms running around, that was him. His story is very inspirational, and so I'd like you to watch it. It's part of what your assignments are for this week. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to read in your book, and again, those pages are listed on in the Blackboard steps, and it's basically how we begin, where we're starting now, and what I talked a little bit about at the lecture is that how we begin to store the data in our brains, which comes back to how we make meaning of our life, how we interpret, how we perceive our life, and not only how we store originally, but how we begin to store again information or experiences that might be more conducive to well-being than something that might have been stored there originally. So that's what the main reading is about, and again, you will do a short quiz on that reading. After that, we're going to dive deeper into some tools. The power of pause you're actually doing two ways. And again, I talked about this at the lecture. If you didn't get to the lecture, you'll see it on the recording. The power of pause, I'm having you do two ways this week. One is to actually do a reflection. So there's a reflection, I think it's on page 107, can't remember for sure, but it's listed down. And there's a reflection actually walking you through looking at how you might implement, times you might implement, situations that you might implement the power of pause in your life. So it's really asking you to kind of go deeper into reflecting how you might actually implement this tool in your life. And then the tools for this week are two things. One is called Cementing Moments of Joy. So you're going to watch a short video kind of introducing how you might do that, and then also actually implementing the power of pause. And if you'd like to know how to really implement the power of pause, then it's on page 68 in your book. So there are two places in your book kind of introduces the power of pause. One is it introduces it as a practice, and then later it actually has you do a reflection on how you might implement those. And so you're going to be looking at both of those this week, how you might implement it, but then actually doing the practice and actually implementing it. I'm asking that you do the practices each 4 times between now and next Wednesday. Not 4 times a day, just each 4 times. So cementing moments of joy. And again, these are momentary practices. You have the opportunity as many moments in a day as you have in a day, but I would like you to do them each 4 times. And again, I know sometimes that you don't have your paper with you. It's hard to record right when you do it. That's fine. Just go back and remember. And again, I don't count every single time throughout the semester. The idea is that you're recording these enough and often enough that it really cements remembering to do them. You can also go back and kind of reflect and see, wow, it really did kind of make some difference. Sometimes you'll be doing them more and want to record them more. But the idea is just to kind of continually just jot them down. Just jot them down. Okay, so and then the last thing, again, that you will submit is that you will submit a summary of the practice. And again, every week you're going to, so you're keeping, every time you do a practice, you keep it on that log, and you just do that throughout the whole semester. And that doesn't get turned in until the end of the semester. But in addition to that, every week, you're just going to write up a paragraph summary about how the practices went for that week. That does get submitted every week. So the submissions that you're going to do this week is the resilience lecture if you were there. If not, we're going to hold off on that. You're still going to do that at some point, probably within the next week. But if you were not there, you're just going to hold off on that. But if you were there, then you need to submit the resilience lecture. And again, that's just a few paragraphs. And then the power of pause reflection on page, I think it's 107. It is written down. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, it is 107. And then also summarizing the tools. You'll be watching the video of Emmanuel Kelly. and you'll be watching the Moments of Joy, both very short videos, and then also you'll be reading and then doing the content quiz. So again, I hope you have a really good week. What we're going to do now, and I know this is a little bit different than I originally lined out in the syllabus, but I will post on Wednesday. I know it's a little bit late. It's been crazy with the with the lectures and all the demands around trying to get the lecture series going. So, but typically I will post on Wednesday and it'll be due the following Wednesday. I know originally I said it would be due Monday mornings, but it just seems like I want to give you a full week. I used to post on Wednesday and have it due by the next Monday. Right now, I really want to give you a full week. And with the way the week goes, it's better for me to get it posted on Wednesday, and then it will be due the following Wednesday at 9 a.m. So just make sure that every week you know that all of your online assignments will be due Wednesday at 9 a.m. And I hope you have a really nice week. And again, if you ever see me on campus, please introduce yourself to me. It's hard not to see the students that are enrolled in this class. Also, I really want to remind you about the Mind and Heart Lab, and I would really like to encourage you whenever you get a chance to come into our lab. And very importantly is that we have a meditation led by a monk from a temple in Azusa. So it's really cool because he comes in his monk garb in the lab at noon on Tuesdays every week. And that's a really cool experience. Also, the M-Wave is available. I'll do a tutorial on the M-Wave next week for your assignments, but you can come in and get started on that anytime. We have guided relaxation audios. It's a really great place to just come, be, and de-stress. And I highly encourage you to come by and just see what it's all about. So have a really good week, and see you next week.